no matter what goes on behind the scenes, he's still got it, right? He's still the guy. He still has huge drawing power, and that's only going to help us. So why would you not? Why would you not want a guy in here that can help?
CM Punk is coming back. I mean, there was a lot of news everywhere.
I knew we were getting to the CM Punk thing, baby.
Your thoughts, man? Like literally that. Your thoughts on him coming back and the fact that there has been so much noise around him. Do you think it is positive? Do you think it is negative?
So you can probably look at that two ways. Some people are going to think it's negative, and some people, I think it's a positive thing. I really do, because he is still, no matter what goes on behind the scenes, he's still got it, right? He's still the guy. He still has huge drawing power, and that's only going to help us. So why would you not want a guy in here that can help? I don't feel he's as toxic as everybody thinks he is, but then again, I'm an old person, and I don't really care about all that other stuff. All I care about is what can he do for the company? What can he do for the talent in the company? And he's still very good at that, right? And you know, we all have our days of where we go a little off track. I can't speak for anything what happened to that, because I just, everything I heard is also hearsay, and I don't speak on hearsay because I'm just not a gossiper, right? But I, in the general scheme of things, think it's a good thing. It really is, because he's just going to help the company all around. He's going to help the talent that's on whatever, the Collision show or whatever. I mean, when the single guy can sell out, Chicago arenas, yeah, I'm going to say you might want to keep him around a little bit. But what personalities on the other side, sometimes you got to set that aside, right? I've been in the business a long time. There's been some people that I despise, right? But I still will work with them. And that's just being honest. I still will do my job, because my job isn't to like you or dislike you. My job is to go out there and have the best match and do the best for the company that you can. And that's what you do. And then I'm not going to hang out with you, right? We're not going to go eat. We're not going to go to the gym or nothing. But when it comes to business, when it comes to stepping in the ring, it should always be business. And it should always be you do the best that you can at that moment and that specific time that you're given. So I think it's a good thing. I really do. All feelings aside, it's going to be a good thing. It really is.
The world is definitely excited to see it. But let's focus on some other happier topics in the sense that
that was happy. That was not happy.
Yeah, absolutely. But speaking of the fountain of youth that I mentioned earlier in this interview, I mean, there are so many people from your time who are still in the AEW locker room, right? You look around and there's Mark Henry, and there's Jericho, and there's Jeff Jarrett, and there's Christian. And I mean, I know Sting was on the other side, but he's around and he's going strong. Do you think that, what makes all of you guys lifers and such passionate people about pro wrestling at this time?
I think you just said it right there. It's the passion that you have for this business, right? I look at it this way. If I'm still going to go out there in little bitty lit shorts and high heel white boots, I might want to look kind of good. So I don't want to look like a slob when I go out there and wear that, because that just isn't Billy Gunn. That just isn't him, right? And as for the other guys, I think it's the same. It's just a passion, and we're still doing this. Why can I not be in shape? Why can't I just, if we're all going to do this, we have to be in the best shape that we can possibly be in, just to make sure that we take care of ourselves, to make sure that we don't get hurt and everything that goes with us. And I think we're just older, and we have more, our health and fitness and nutrition is more a part of our lives now. I know when I was younger, that wasn't even close to being a part of my life. So, that's something we can go in at a later date. But I just think that's what it is. We're older now, and we kind of have our heads on, a little bit straighter. So, I really think that's all it is. It's nothing spectacular. It's just a way of life. I know for me, my life is consumed with my fitness and nutrition, because I finally realized how important that is. Because back in the day, it was just, okay, you just eat, you go in the gym, lift heavy things, and your muscles get big, right? That's about as far as I thought about it. Now it's so much more in depth. I mean, I've done bodybuilding shows just to see what the other side is, see how the dieting is, see how that lifestyle is. And it's a whole different level. And when if you're that in tune with your body and know I can change my body any way that I want just with food, it is something, like, for me, it's amazing. And it's a lot of fun. And I love doing stuff like that. And as a coach and as a producer and stuff, I lead by example. There's nothing that these kids can ask me or tell me that I literally haven't been through. And I think not that makes me great. It just makes when they ask me and I tell them, they know I'm not just, read it from a book or pulling it out of thin air somehow. I've lived every aspect of this life. And if I can just give it back or help somebody not make those mistakes that I've made, because that's what I do with my boys. Even the Acclaim and my real life ass boys. It's also life. Everything doesn't surround wrestling. Yes, that's our way of life. That's what we do for a living, but it's not our life, right? Life is life. And there's especially in this business, if you're not careful, there's a lot of things that you're going to have to dodge and be very smart about it. And that's where I come in. I can't do it for them, but I can give them pretty good life lessons or life advice. So.
Absolutely. I've been given the signal to wind up, so I have time for one question. Speaking about your health, your nutrition, you performed at such a high level against Malakai Black and his group. You have been around some of the greatest, supernatural characters in history, whether it's Taker or Kane. Do you think Malakai Black, we compared Suck It to Scissor Me. Do you think he's the Scissor Me version of the Undertaker and Kane for this era?
Oh, okay. So I don't know if I'd compare him to those two, but he is very special, right? Because let's face it, Undertaker Taker and Kane are on another level. They're unreachable in my opinion, because they're two of the greatest of all time. Like, they really are. And I'm not saying that, and by no means does that diminish Malakai either. Malakai is special in his own way. Is he special in this era? Yeah. Can he be that character in this era? Of course he can. Anybody can, if they just have that drive and that thing to him. And he's so good at what he does, and he's very intelligent and very, very good at putting things together, especially storylines and all his group and stuff. So yeah, I think he can be that guy.
Amazing. Final question, any message for your fans in India? And do you think AEW, after conquering the United Kingdom, will maybe come to India at some point?
I hope so. It's probably one of the only places I haven't been yet. So I would love to go there. I hope that everybody over there is enjoying the product. I know if we ever come over there, it would be massive. It would just be insane. And that's what I love. And I love to make people happy. And I love to watch their faces when we come out and when everybody, I'd love to have all of India scissoring. That's a good little goal that I could have, and make all of India scissor. But yeah, I hope they just enjoy the product. And hopefully someday we could get over there.
Thank you so much for your time, and let's hope that the show happens in India.
Yes, let's cross our fingers. Not too long though.